After seeing my wife leave our baby alone in the car, I made her panic for a few minutes to teach her a lesson, and now she won't even talk to me. Posted by u/LinpaQNZia. My wife has a horrible habit that I discovered 2 months ago. We were ordering lunch on the Subway app, and I told her to pick the location that has a drive-through, that way we don't have to go inside, and take the baby out of the car just to clip him back in a few minutes later. She told me it's not a big deal to leave the baby in the car to run in and pick it up really fast. I had no idea she ever did this. I told her I was not comfortable with her leaving him in the car alone even for a minute, and she told me she's been doing it since he was born and it's always been fine. She told me she does it to pick up food, run into the post office or pharmacy, etc. I was floored. We don't live in a horrible area, but it's also not super safe either. I told her to not ever do this again. She told me she never stopped to think about the potential dangers and that she would stop doing it. Well, yesterday, as I was driving home from my brother's house, I spotted her car at the gas station near our place. It was parked in a spot up front and not a pump, so I figured she stopped in to grab some snacks, which we like to do. I decided to stop and go in and say hi and get some food, and I pulled in and parked next to her. However, when I got there, I was furious to find our son in his car seat. The car wasn't even locked. I don't know what came over me, but in that moment I decided to take my son and put him into my car. He's got a car seat in there too. I then drove to the other side of the gas station parking lot and waited for my wife to come out. It took 6 minutes for her to appear. When she saw that he was gone, she looked stunned for a second, and then started to frantically look around and cry. I didn't let it go on long. After this, I saw her pull her phone out, presumably to call 911, and that's when I pulled my car around to her. I parked, got out and walked around to my son's door and opened it to show him to her. She looked extremely relieved, but that quickly turned to anger with her asking me why I took him and did that to her. I told her she needed to learn her lesson, and she promised to stop leaving him in the car, and that she was extremely irresponsible. It was so easy for me to pull up and take him. No one else at the gas station even noticed. So if he really was taken, there would have been no help, and it would have been 100% her fault. She proceeded to call me cruel and psychotic, and tried taking our son out of my car into hers. I said no, and that I would be driving him home, and I left. She came home not much later, but ignored me the rest of the day. She acknowledged me today saying she wanted an apology, and I said absolutely not, and she's the one who should be saying sorry. She's been guilt-tripping me the rest of the day, saying no mother should experience the fear I put her through. Did I go too far? Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Normally, I'm fully against game playing, but this is your child's life. I support your actions. Your wife is being hugely neglectful. Not to mention it'll be warm soon, and being left in a hot car even for a few minutes can be deadly. NTA, and I wouldn't let her take him anywhere until she apologizes. Op response. I guess I should clarify that the car was running with the air on. I forgot to add that detail and was restricted by the character limit, but the car was on. It's a push-to-start car with a sensor for the key fob, so it'll stay on running as long as you are close enough to the vehicle. I didn't see the keys in the car, so she took them inside with her, but didn't lock it. Commenter 2. Look, let's be honest about the reality of this situation. Your wife has knowingly and intentionally left your infant alone in a vehicle multiple times. At least once, that vehicle was unlocked. I'm honestly shocked no one has called the cops for child endangerment yet, but eventually someone probably will. When that happens, CPS will probably get involved. You have now documented on the internet that you knew that this was happening. If CPS finds out that you knew and continued letting your wife leave the baby alone in the car, you will both lose custody of that baby. NTA for scaring her. That was an appropriate and infant-safe way to demonstrate the potential consequences of your wife's actions to her in a hopefully meaningful way. But you will be the asshole if you continue to let this happen. If your wife's attitude about the safety of your child doesn't improve, it doesn't really seem like your wife can be trusted to transport the baby right now. It might be time to involve some professional help for her if you want to keep your family intact. Or it might be time to document what she's doing, take your child, and leave her if you're done with risking it. Op response. I've seen several comments like this, so I just want to make it clear that I have absolutely no intention of letting this continue. My son's safety is my top priority and means everything to me. Commenter 3. I'm glad to hear this because there is also a side you're not seeing. My former coworker was notorious for doing this. I don't want to bring my baby in, so I'll just run in quick, etc. Everyone told her it wasn't safe, she didn't listen. Until one time she was in a store, someone saw the baby in the car and called the police. The baby was taken from them, and CPS was called, and investigation was opened. Once they determined that she'd done this repeatedly, they determined the child wasn't fit to return. Her husband had to file for divorce and petition the court to get custody of his baby back. It was a huge mess that took a long time to settle. Update, next day. Update on this situation. I sat my wife down this morning and did apologize for the way I went about things, but said I was not sorry for caring about our son's safety, and in the moment felt like she needed a huge wake-up call. She apologized for lying and continuing to do this unsafe practice. I asked her why she seems so casual about what she is doing. Most parents I know, myself included, are on the paranoid side when it comes to their kids, and she has been doing this for so long without seeing an issue. I asked if she thinks she's dealing with some kind of postpartum mental health issue, as I don't consider this normal. She broke down crying, saying she doesn't know what's wrong with her. She has agreed to seek counseling, and until there is a major change improvement, I will be running all errands with my son, or we will be doing them together. But I told her I cannot trust her anymore to take him places by herself.